Do not wait for your child's teacher to.
Learning time is fun time.
Is your child 2, 3, 4 years old and still not writing? Mommies, calm down. Daddies, calm down. Today we'll be talking about what is right and what is wrong in writing. Hi everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, my name is Sharon Somina Fred Hosford, a mother of one, an educator, a content creator, and a passionate advocate of learning with fun. To my old subscribers, you guys are the real J. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. To my new subscriber, thank you. Do well to click on the subscribe button and turn on your notification bell to get notified anytime I post new videos. So for today, we are going to talk about writing. What are for a time now, I've been seeing messages like this one, and most time I'm wonder why. I don't blame people who send this kind of messages. They are just parents who are worried about their children growth. Their classmates are writing. Why is my own child not writing? Some of them are 3 years old, some of them are 4 years old, and they are not writing. It's okay to be worried, but we need to calm down. Now, before a child can write, there are basic things that this child should be able to do before the child can write. Now, most children do not actually need to go through the process of going through all the milestones before they get to write. While some does develop the habit or develop the love of picking up a pencil and just start scribbling and all that. And then you build on what this child already knows. Then for children who do not have the necessity or the need or have the urge to pick up a pencil and start writing, you need to guide them to achieve these milestones before you now introduce pencil or crayon or whatever you want the child to use to write. Okay, so now your child is 3 years old, your child is 4 years old, your child is not writing. You don't need to worry. So today we are going to talk about fine motor skill and gross motor skill. Those are the major things your child needs to work on first before you can introduce writing. So if your child is 4, your child is 3 and is not writing, let's work on the fine motor skill, especially before I'll talk about writing. Now, fine motor skills are those skills that has to do with small body muscle movement. For example, we have the pencil. Pencil means your child is writing with the thumb and the index. So writing with this. Then we have the palmar grip, which has to do with the full body, which has to do with the palm. Okay. So now, fine motor skill is very important. Is very, very important. So there are stages of writing. Stages of writing in the sense that we have scribbling. That is the number one thing your child should achieve. Scribbling is the first skill of writing. Now, if your child is holding a pencil like this to scribble, it is not wrong because that is the first way a child should hold a pencil. Some of them just grew up and start holding their pencils properly. That is okay. That's a plus for your child. But if your child is holding their pencils this way, there's nothing wrong with it, okay? So now we'll talk about scribbling. Scribbling is a way of engaging your child to write. So your child starts scribbling, just as you can see on the screen. There's nothing wrong with that. So before we get to scribbling, there are things we should do to build our children's hand muscle. So some of the activities your child needs to do to improve on their fine motor skill. Number one is working with Play-Doh. So we have Play-Doh. Your child needs to work with Play-Doh. So this is a Play-Doh. So they mold like this with their fingers, and it helps to improve their fine motor skill. And that is that's the main thing your child needs to work on before they write. So basically we have working with Play-Doh. We also have pegging activity, just as you can see, Sotoye, my son, working with pegs here. We also have cutting, so they can cut with their hands or they can use the scissors to cut. And then we also have pouring of water. As you can see in this video, you pour water from one container to another. There's spooning activities. So basically all the things that you're doing, you send these children on an errand, get them. Then we also have these balls, these pitching balls. We have those balls, so they can be pressing. You press the ball and release, press the ball. Or better still, you get them to do this activity. Have your child to do like this, open, like this, open, squeeze, release, squeeze, release, squeeze, release. Now you are building their muscle grip. Okay. Now, if your child is already writing and your child work is faint, your child is writing, but the work your child is writing, you can't see it properly. That's because you have not build the child's muscle to be able to write. Now, the child is a very intelligent child, for the child to be able to grab the concept of writing. But we need to work on the child's muscle, finger muscle, so that the child pencil writing will be clearer. So these are things we need to work on before we write. Now, after we've worked on our muscle grip, the next thing we are going to work on is how to write. What are the steps we can write? You cannot just give a child a pencil to write number one. So first of all, your child needs to learn how to scribble. After scribbling, the next thing your child has to do is control scribbling. Control scribbling in the sense that everything has to be in a box. It can be in a circle. Now, the child is to write in between the lines that you have created, the space you have created. Scribble in between the space inside the space I have created for you. Don't scribble outside. So after that, your child needs to learn how to join dots. So there's a dot here, as you can see on the screen. There's a dot here, there's another dot here. So the child is writing from here to here. That's joining dots. Now, from joining dot, the child goes further to do joining multiple dots. Now, this is fun. It's fun for the child to do. So if there's a dot here, there's a dot here, there's a dot here. So the child goes 1, 2. So these are ways that you get the child ready to write by giving him things that are fun to do and not rigid. From there, they go ahead to learn how to trace circles, shapes, and all. From there, after learning how to draw circles and shapes, the next thing you have to teach the child is to learn how to write numbers. So numbers or letters. So start with the standing lines. Standing lines, line only. So when we go, so numbers that have line only, we have number 1, number 4, number 7. Those ones first. And then before you go on to the curves. So these are step-by-step ways to go through, things you need to go through before your child needs to write. Now, I'm not saying that some children do not know how to write and did not go through all this. Now, your child can be writing and did not go through all this. That doesn't mean that your child does not need the knowledge. So you can go back and ensure that your child does all this. So there's no harm in trying. Your child already knows how to write. So, but if your child is not writing yet, please go through this process that I have talked about. Do not wait for your child's teacher to do all this. They have a lot to cover. And then help your child by doing all this that I've talked about. If you've learned one or two from this video, do well to share with other parents whose children are struggling to write. And then if your child also save this and try with your children. And also you can comment below whatever other struggle you have with your child, and I'm going to talk about them. Till we meet next time, do well to subscribe, turn on your notification bell to get notified anytime I post new videos. For now, thanks for watching and bye-bye. Mwah.